How's it going, guys? Kavi here. Today I wanted to go over my first impressions of last Epoch. Playing it for the first time, I did a pretty good job of actually keeping myself fairly blind, I guess, to everything that was been going on with it. I did end up select this Falconer class for my first character. I'm about level 38. Don't know where this is in the campaign. I presume the campaign probably finishes around 50 like most other things. So far from what I'm getting out of the game, it's a really good time. It's not too different than what you're going to get with most ARPGs. But I've been pleasantly surprised with the gearing, some of the itemization, and kind of the choices that you end up getting there, as well as the tough decisions that you're getting with your passive trees, as well as your trees for your skills. So I did end up already respecking a couple times with these passives. I started out a little more offensive at first, started shifting into a little more defense, and I was happy to kind of be really feeling the weight of every single point that I was getting, and really feeling like, oh, I really wanted to put it in a lot of different places, and really being forced to pick and choose to only get exactly what I want. So if you are unfamiliar with the game, there is a main passive tree that you select for your main class, and then every class has, I believe, 3 subclasses. For the class that I chose was Rogue, and then once you get your 20 points into Rogue, you unlock the Falconer, or your subclass. Rather, here I ended up choosing Falconer. You could have chosen Blade Dancer or Marksman as well, but I chose the Falconer class here, which does unlock this falconry pet here. This pet is immune to damage, so it's similar to like maybe Herald of Agony from Path of Exile. And he has some special abilities that you can get for him. The way that the game works is, as you level up, you unlock more skills that you can basically unlock specializations for those skills that you are using. So the first skill you see here is called Cinder Strike. This is basically your like basic attack, like spammable ability. It doesn't have any mana cost to it. And you kind of have some options and choices that you can make with the tree for what you want to do with it. In my case, everything I am doing here with Cinder Strike is I am just trying to attack as fast as possible in order to get mana gain on hit, in order to basically sustain this ability here with the Falcon, which resets Falcon Strike's cooldown basically every time I'm attacking the mob or attacking or hitting anything. And what this is doing is it is making the ability cost 70 mana, so it is very expensive. So I do need a lot of different life gain on hit and mana on hit in order to sustain it. But with that said, this Falcon Strike's ability, as I'll be able to showcase here in a little bit, is actually really strong. So I've been having a really nice time basically playing with this. Everything is basically, again, about resetting this Falcon Strike's cooldown here. I have this Train to Hunt, which basically shares my damage with the Falcon, so I can kind of scale my own damage as well as the Falcon's damage at the same time. And then we have this same one over here, where this makes when I basically attack a monster and consume the Falcon's mark, they're getting even more of my character damage onto the pet. The other two that I have here are going to be defensive skills, this one being Shift, and this one being Smoke Bomb. Smoke Bomb is really nice because you have this ability Moonlight Bomb here on this, which does basically give you 3 guaranteed dodges whenever you use the ability. And then you get like a dot cleanse here, as well as you have the Shrouded in Darkness portion of it, which gives you a chance at getting glancing blows, as well as some extra dodge, things like that. And then it also blinds things as well. For the game itself, though, I'm not going to do like a build thing here. I'll go over this when I'm actually playing one of the build things. But kind of for the gameplay itself, standard campaign experience that you can expect from most ARPGs. You do have these portals that you start seeing maybe around level 20-ish or something. They look like a purple kind of void rift thing. And with this like void rift thing here, you basically go through. There will be a boss at the end of this that we can fight. And it will give us some specific rewards. I've been unlocking more of these slots here for idols every time I've been doing one of these lately. So we're going to see if we're going to get one of those again here. And as you can see, for the gameplay that I do have specifically with this character is, again, everything is about just attacking things with my basic skill, which is costs 0 mana, and I'm using that to basically reset the cooldown on this Falcon Strike ability that you can see, which is doing the majority of the damage. And then I am just using my attacks here in order to get my mana up so that I can sustain continually casting Falcon Strikes. Because as you can see, it does use up all my mana. So Last Epoch does have a really cool thing that is unique that I haven't seen in another game before, and that is the ability to go into negative mana. So say if I were at 1 mana and I cast an ability that costs 70 mana, it will put me at negative 69 mana, which of course, basically what that means is I can't cast anything else again until I go back positive, but it does let me go into the negative there, which is unique. I haven't ran into any game that's allowed you to actually do that, so I found it kind of cool and kind of interesting the first time it happened. I was definitely surprised. I wasn't sure exactly what was going on, but it was kind of cool to see. I've seen a decent variety of monsters so far. You know, some decent mods on the rares. And things have been actually kind of interesting just in kind of what we're seeing here. Again, we're only in the campaign, so we don't even know what the end game is going to be. They do have a setup here that it looks like every single rare monster does drop a rare item no matter what. And then they do have loot filters, but I haven't really bothered setting them up at all yet. Alright, here's the boss here. You can see with the character that I do use here, I use this smoke cloud ability to kind of just maximize my defenses here and kind of tank as much as I can. You can see I went really negative into the mana there, so I have to make sure I'm attacking to get my mana back here. Oop, let's get a little greedy here. I gotta make sure I get out of that next time he starts to do that again before I end up getting him. There we go. So I got this. I did end up getting some relics here, and I didn't end up getting any idol slots this time, but I did get this. What is this even thing? It looks like this is a unique for some spellcasters, maybe. Yep, for physical spells. So it's kind of interesting. I don't use physical spells on this build, but I might for something else. So yeah. That's pretty cool. And again, when you see these things, you do want to definitely go after them and definitely check them out. Normally, when you finish these, the portal is at the very end, and it kind of prompts you to teleport forward. So I'm surprised it didn't this time, but let's go ahead and run back to the beginning here. We'll clear out. Anyways, I guess some of the other little things that are a little bit unique for the game, you do have these crafting materials here, which are, I don't know, I would almost say like essences, I guess, or you can kind of like forcefully craft a mod onto a specific item that you want. So at any point we can go into the forge here. Oh, that's where that other necklace is at. So at any point you can go into the forge here. Say I have this item here which has an empty suffix. I can basically click on this if I want to add a suffix, and I can choose exactly what I want to add. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and add some void resistance. Actually, no, let's not do that. Yeah, sure, void resistance, actually. It looks like I have plenty of these. When we go ahead and click add a fix, and there's a certain amount of forging potential here that it says that I can use. We're going to click it, and it's going to use 1 to 10 of this. So think of this like, I don't know, crafting energy, I guess. So now from here, I can basically push to upgrade this mod. So if I wanted to upgrade it even further from where it's at, it's going to use 1 to 10. That time it used 7. So push the mod even higher. We can continue to push the mods higher and higher to a higher tier. There are some extra little things here with crafting that I haven't used yet and I haven't really dug into yet. But yeah, so far there's been some interesting stuff with it, and so far I feel like I've definitely got my money's worth, and I'll definitely be checking out more of the game. But I think that's enough for now, and I will catch you guys in the next one. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below, and I'll be more than happy to answer them. And other than that, see you in the next one.